So, what is going on YouTube? It's your boy Sam from TeamSamuraiX1 here, and today guys I'm coming at you with a first place Cyber Dragon deck profile from one of my great friends, Yacine. But before we start with the deck profile, I just want to let you guys know what's been going on with me for the past week. First and foremost, I'd like to apologize to you guys for not uploading any video for the past week. You guys were probably one of those like, Sam, where the heck were you? I was actually getting ready to go to Japan. I'm currently in Japan right now with, of course, the man himself, the 2018 national champion. We're getting ready for Worlds tomorrow, so guys,
it's less than 12 hours.
Less than 12 hours anyway, so guys, wish Gabe good luck, man. Send him all your energy. But anyways, yeah guys, yeah, that's why I've been taking a little break. I needed time for myself, figuring out life and things like that. But now I'm back. I have so many videos coming up, guys. Worlds vlog. Gabe, how good is the vlog?
Yeah.
Yo,
it's been lit. It's been lit.
The vlog is so fire, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that, and I'll explain to you guys every single thing in the vlog on why I'm in Japan. Without further ado, enjoy this deck profile. Yacine did a really good job explaining competitive Cyber Dragon in full detail and in depth. Your whole entire perspective on Cyber Dragons will change, especially if you're trying to play this deck on a competitive route. Anyway guys, without further ado, enjoy the deck profile.
Hey everyone, how's it going? My name is Yacine. For those who don't know me, I'm a really dedicated Cyber Dragon player from Montreal. I've been playing this deck for a while, ever since the structure deck was announced in the OCG, but I've actually played Cyber Dragons like before, like when the deck was actually like really bad, with just like Overload, Future Fusion, Power Bond, etc. Now the deck is actually really relevant. I used it to win at my locals recently. I actually got first place undefeated. You know, the deck can actually beat grindy decks because it can play for like long periods of time. You can grind out your opponent with cards like Hers, Core, etc. The deck is extremely solid. It's not like back in ABC or Cosmo format where you had to like rely on like OTKing after your Chimera Tech Fortress, because otherwise the deck wouldn't be able to like keep up. The deck is extremely good now. Against Trickstar, you know, all you have to do is like summon Cyber Dragon and they scoop, because, you know, Trickstar is garbage. So yeah, I really like the deck, and yeah, let's get on to it. So before we start, I would just like to give Sam a huge shout out for the beautiful Cyber Dragon playmat. It's really good quality. It's in cloth. As you can see, there's Nova, Core, Seeger, and Hers on it. It looks really awesome. So if you guys are trying to get one off of him, you know, definitely go check him out. I got mine off of him, and yeah. So without further ado, let's get on straight to the deck profile. All right. So first things first, I played the legend itself, the Cyber Dragon, as a 3 of course, alongside 3 Core and the other guy 3 Hers. So yes. Basically, Hers, what it does is that it can recycle a Cyber Dragon from your graveyard upon being sent to the graveyard, or it can search a Cyber Dragon, a regular Cyber Dragon from your deck to your hand. So essentially, this card is really good in conjunction with cards like Galaxy Soldier, because you just get like so much value, and essentially Hers plus Galaxy Soldier is obviously that 6300 damage push, or that Infinity that you will get turn 1. And you can just Nova back this card, Infinity Suck It, and then you know, when it's sent to the graveyard, you can recycle another your Cyber Dragon again. So you just you don't really minus. This card just helps you always stay in the game. And Core obviously is the card that allows you to just threaten your opponent, just do so much. And of course, they are by far the best cards in the deck, because they get your stuff started, and they're the machine duplication targets. So just fantastic cards overall. I really like them. We also play another MVP, the Galaxy Soldier. This card is actually insane. This is how you make your Nova and your Infinity plays. You OTK with this card. You grind with this card. It's really insane. A lot of people, I don't know why they're playing 2. It's just obviously incorrect. You should definitely be playing 3. Playing 2 makes 0 sense, because what you're trying to do is Galaxy Soldiers discard, search another Galaxy Soldier, and then you wait for 1 turn, and then next turn you use that Galaxy Soldier effect so you can actually search again. Because if you're like burning down your resources, you're using up like 2 Galaxy Soldiers in 1 turn, you're going neg like crazy. I only play 1 Kaiju. You know, it's searchable, so there's honestly no point in playing more. I bricked a lot on him, and like I said, when you want to see him, you can see him, because there are just so many ways to search this. I mean, Core searches the Repair Plant, which searches this, and you can search Core with Emergency Cyber. So it's almost impossible to like not get your engine started in a deck like this. It's really consistent. And we of course play hand traps, because I think they are mandatory this format. You know, as long as we have like really annoying decks like Guki, etc. Even though this deck actually has a good matchup, I still feel like hand traps are really good. It forces them to, you know, use their extenders, or if they don't have an extender, they end with like a really mediocre play, and also other matchups, because Ash is just good generically. It just makes sure that your opponent will never like just have way too much advantage to the point where you won't be able to play. And as for Ghost Ogre, that card's just good generically. It could have been Effect Veiler as well, as long as it's like a light attribute that you can discard off of Galaxy Soldier. That's just good. And I'm not playing more than 5 because, you know, this deck's already good going second. I just like hand traps like overall, and I think like those 5s are just like perfect. In testing, I've never like really regretted like any of those ratios or anything. I just really like those hand traps. For the Brandish engine, we play 3 engage. Sorry for the proxy. My friend is still holding to the 3rd engage. I should get it real quick. And 3 Hornet. Nothing at the moment for like the other spells, but like it could be Afterburner, Jamming Waves, or Widow Anchor. Like, you know, all 3 options are pretty good. But for now, it's just these cards. You know, Engage is like really necessary in this deck because you can just draw so many cards, and the Hornet can actually like extend into insane combos because you do Kagari, get back the token, make a Seeger with like a Cyber Dragon monster and the Kagari, and then you can make another Brandish Link with the other token, make Summon Sorceress, and then you just explode. So like this card actually like just helps you helps the Cyber Dragon engine, the part of the deck of Cyber Dragon, just explode even more. So it's just so good. I really like the Brandish engine. And, we only play 1 Repair Plant because it sucks, and 3 Emergency Cyber. If you play 3 Repair Plant, you clearly don't have a clue of how to play Cyber Dragons, because this card is actually like super bricky, because it specifically states that you need a Cyber Dragon in your graveyard to activate it. And like in theory, you're not always going to open with a way to get it in the graveyard. So Emergency Cyber is your guaranteed starter. As for Repair Plant, it's just it's you know, it's sometimes a starter, sometimes it's not. And honestly, I just rather play like a really consistent deck. And yeah. And speaking of consistency, we have you know, this card that makes sure that you know, you'll always be able to like do something with your hands, because it doesn't matter how many like cores you drew, like you really need the way to like explode with like an instant Nova. And this card is like an instant +1 when you resolve it, because you know, you just get 2 Cyber Dragons on the field. You can make a Seeger if you want, if you have like another level 5, and then you can make Nova, bring back a Cyber Dragon, make Infinity. There's just so many things that this card can do, and it's actually like a part of like a really big 4-card interruption combo that I'm going to show later on, if you guys can actually smash that thumbs up button. So yeah, other broken cards include Overload Fusion. This card is a bit more gimmicky. It is possible to actually brick with a card like this. Remember that Nova and Infinity are still Cyber Dragon monsters, so you can banish them to make Rampage. And one really cool thing about Rampage is that you can pop multiple back row. That comes up a lot with against the Altergeist and Paleozoic. And also you can use the double Foolish Burial effect, so you can send Core and Hers, and Hers will be able to recycle your Core from your graveyard, so you can keep playing. And it's really insane. Basically, the way you grind out your opponents in Cyber Dragons is just by abusing Hers, always getting Core. You know, sometimes like there are games where I literally use the effective Core like 7 times. It's actually retarded. And of course, the one-ofs. I am not a fan of Desires. Today I was at locals. You know, I went XO, but you know, Desires was always that like that super bricky card. I don't know what it's not that it was bricky. It's just that I was always like really unlucky with the card. Like I would banish like 2 Galaxy Soldier, draw the 3rd, or banish 2 Cyber Dragons, draw like a Machine Dupe. I kept getting trolled by Desires. Nonetheless, it's still a really amazing card. It's just that I'm back and forth on like playing 2. You know, sometimes like I feel like I want to play 2, but then I remember all of the bad experiences that I had with 2. So it's just like personal preference, but I'm comfortable with 1. It's just really good. And obviously you want to max out like good spells, because the Brandish engine just rewards you for playing more spell cards. So Upstart is just like a no-brainer here. Foolish Burial unbreaks like so many things. It's also another machine dupe target because you send core, special summon core or hers, then machine dupe and you just win. And the ref system was just like that kind of awkward one of that I didn't know if like it was worth playing. It's like the worst extender that this deck has because it seriously relies on you having like an already good graveyard and a good hand. And at the beginning of the game, this card is actually the worst card in your deck. Because it really doesn't do anything, and like it seriously should have said special summon back a Cyber Dragon monster from your graveyard. So for now I'm playing it. I might cut in the future, I don't know, but when Nash tier will be a thing, I will definitely play more of these and play Nash tier as well, because you can bring back Nash tier and then bring back Infinity. So yeah, this would be a one card comeback in the late game. But at the moment, bringing back Seeger, Core, hers, etc., all that is garbage. I don't care. And last but definitely not least, the actual MVPs. The reason why I win so often, this, my friends, is the reason why you can actually win going first. Because if people make you go first, I don't care how good of a hand you have. You need to have like solid interruptions. If you only have Infinity, it's not enough. We're in 2018, like one negate is nothing. Like everyone can break that, it's no sweat. Infinity is nothing on its own, but when you have Infinity plus the trap, it's ridiculous. Because you just protect the trap, like there's no tomorrow with Infinity, and then you pop 3 cards, or 4 cards if you play like Fear and Dry, but I'm not a big fan of these at the moment. Like I said, I would play them in the future with Nash tier as a pure Cyber Dragon list. But for now, I think that the Brandish engine is really good in this deck. So I would definitely just keep playing those ratios. All right, so for the side deck we have Seeger, a really good card actually, but playing more than one is just not necessary, especially when you have something like Cliff or Genius. Basically, like does almost the same thing, but Seeger can be brought back from the graveyard. So like one is way more than enough. Even if you play one, you can special summon him like 5 times in one duo. So yeah, and we also play one of every Brandish Link monster, alongside the Legendary Bay, the Summon Sorceress. I'm gonna put this here, and the Griffin, which is one of the interruptions that the super huge combo does. It ends on Griffin Infinity, and potentially an overflow if your hand is really good. It's actually an insane combo. If you go first and do that, people are actually going to be really salty that they made you go first, because Cyber Dragons is a going second deck, but like I said, it can still go first. And if you build your deck correctly, you can go first and just punish everyone who makes you go first. So yeah, really good Link monsters. And also this deck has access to like the best Xyz monster that I've seen in a while. So double Nova, double Infinity, and 1 Pleiades. This is also part of like a really big combo. That combo is a bit more complicated though, as it actually involves using cards that I do not play in the main deck. Actually, just one, I believe, but it's still a really huge combo, and those cards are just really good. There's nothing much to say. Like those cards are insane. Every time I make Infinity, if I have like other interruptions, there's no way I lose. Overpowered cards, honestly. And of course, my favorite monsters probably in the extra deck. All of them are the legendary Chimera Tech monsters. Those guys are board breakers, and this guy is just the OTK master. So basically, Mega Fleet is how you break the Gookie Extra Link. Fortress is how you beat the Mirror, I suppose. And how you can contact fuse with your own Jizukiru that you give to your opponent. And of course, we play 2 overloads for the Rampage. The card always OTKs. It's really good. If you have like a Seeger, you can boost your Rampage, and it's basically as if it was summoned by Power Bond, because it's 4200 and can attack 3 times. So it's actually massive damage. And like I said, people don't really know like how to like get the most out of your hands. But yeah, this is why I just don't like cards like Power Bond. For the side deck, I don't really have much, but I can just show you guys like general ideas of cards to side. So I'm testing so many cards at the moment, but one card that I figured out was really good was Rivalry of Warlords. This can definitely be a 3 of in the deck, because all of your monsters basically are machines, except the Brandish token, which is a warrior. So that's actually a small issue that this deck has, but it's nothing much, honestly. You can just side out the Brandish engine, just convert to like something pure game 2 and game 3. If you think that they're going to make you go first, you just put this in and they can't beat you, so it's really good. This obviously to sponge OTKs, because this deck is super fragile. It doesn't always have interruptions. So yeah, it's the drowning is a good idea. Torrential is also a good idea with Solemn Strike, cards like that, just like generic good trap cards. And of course, that's pretty much it for the going first cards. We also have like a card like Designator, you know, for hand traps, for decks that rely on the graveyard a lot. I played against a lot of Burning Abyss today. This card came in clutch against them, even against Blue Eyes. It's pretty good. Against Danger Dark Worlds, it can be relevant. You know, not the most, you know, the most represented decks in the world, but it's a card that will come up, and a card that's going to be used like all of the time, Twin Twister, because we're seeing more and more Altergeist and True Draco. I don't know how, but a lot of people are just kind of giving up on Gookie right now because they think that it's going to get destroyed by the ban list, you know, Firewall banned, etc, etc. So yeah. Alright, so that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. I would just like to give a huge shout-outs to Marco and Valentine for helping me out with this deck. I actually missed a couple of cards, and they were actually able to provide me with them, so thank you so much, guys. Also, huge thanks goes to Sam for the deck profile and for the mat. Looks really awesome. I'm always going to play on it. I really like it. And of course, shout outs to Gabe and Jesse alongside everyone else who's at Worlds. I wish everyone best of luck for their big tournament, and hopefully, you know, they do really well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions regarding the build, let me know in the comment section. I will try my best to answer you guys. So with that being said, thank you very much, and I'll see you next time.
I feel like Usain in the cheetah print. Talk fresh game, I don't need a minute. R.I.P. the game, I need a minute. Okay, let's proceed with it. I'm in the house, got the deed with it. These bozos always sneak this and they taking shots. I'm a keen with it, like no, this